Okay.
We're now live on YouTube.
Okay, right. Okay. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the meeting of the Place Shaping panel this evening on the 10th of August 2020. My name is Lana Hempsel, and I'm the chairman of the panel and the portfolio holder for planning and conservation. I would like to start off with reminding members that this is a live stream, so be mindful of how you appear on camera. And we will proceed with a roll call, if that's okay.
I'll take a roll call, and if
any declarations of declarations of interest.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, Councillor Hempsel.
I'm present and no interest to declare, thank you.
Councillor Lawn.
Present and no declarations of interest, thank you.
Councillor Nurden.
Present, no declarations.
Councillor Starling.
Present, no declarations.
Councillor Justine Thomas.
Aye, present, no declarations.
Councillor David Thomas.
Present, no declarations.
And Councillor Ward.
Present, no declarations.
Councillor Leggett. Councillor Leggett.
Oh, sorry, you caught me out. Present, no declarations.
That's fine.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Do we have any apologies for absence? I have had email confirmation from Councillor Stuart Clancy that he's unable to attend, and Councillor Nigel Brennan is struggling to get proper internet connection, but I'll forgive him because I believe it's a special day today for him, so he's probably got better things to do.
We also have apologies from Councillor Neeson, and
Yes.
her substitute is Councillor Dave Thomas.
Councillor Dave Thomas. Okay, well, welcome everybody, and thank you for attending. This is a one agenda item meeting, so hopefully shouldn't take terribly long, but we'll start first with receiving the minutes of the meeting back in January. Does anybody want to go through them to confirm them for accuracy? Has anybody got any issues to raise with the minutes? Just let me know, wave at the camera if you do. Okay, I can't see anybody, so can we please sign those minutes as an accurate record, please? I'll move that from the chair. Can anybody confirm that? Wave at the camera if you do. Brilliant, thank you, John. Right, so those can be signed as a true record, James, correct?
Yes, they can.
Okay, right. So if we go on to the next agenda item, which is the amendment to the local development scheme, and Officer Mellors will be presenting this agenda item. So I'm going to hand over to you and mute myself, Helen. Thank you.
Thank you, Lana. Members, this won't be the first time that you've had the local development scheme come via the Place Shaping committee for you. Just as a reminder, the Greater Norwich Development Partnership considered a revised timetable on Friday, the 10th of July. We now have a duty under the Planning and Compulsory Act to now agree Broadland District Council's local development scheme, and the local development scheme is actually outlining a programme for the production of our local plan documents, and in this case we are looking at a revised timetable for agreeing the Greater Norwich local plan. So the paper before you is outlining where we are on the revised timetable, and I'd like to take you to page 18 of your agenda papers, because I think that's the key document that you need to just be aware of. So the reason for the update to the timetable is to allow a further Reg 18 consultation. And the Greater Norwich Development Partnership considered that was necessary to ensure that the evidence base for the local plan is robust, and there is some further work necessary to do with viability studies and economic evidence. And the revised consultation also allows an opportunity to look at the progress made in relation to the Norwich Western Link scheme and a possibility for allocating that through the local plan. So this means on page 70, we have now proposed a new focused, what's called a Reg 18 consultation, and that is proposed to take place in November, December 2020. And just to remind you that that's an additional consultation, which then means the next stage, which is called the Reg 19 pre-submission publication of the plan, also needs to be amended to allow that further consultation to take place and then be evaluated. So whereby we were hoping to, on the previous local development scheme, to go out to Reg 19 in January, March 2021, this means the timetable now slips to August, September 21, with the examination now also being delayed from November, December 21 to February, March 22. That then takes us further down the papers for the final adoption of the Greater Norwich Local Plan now being November, December 22 instead of August, September 22. So there is that knock-on effect of the timetable. So this is just for your information to keep you up to date where we are on that plan making. And obviously this paper then needs to go through to Cabinet and full Council to be endorsed as Broadland's revised timetable to the local development scheme. They are the key updates. I haven't got any further information to update you at present, but happy to answer any questions.
Okay, do any members wish to ask any questions? I mean, this is pretty straightforward. We had a local development scheme fairly recently, but because of the update in relation to the Western Link, this new document has to come before you, and constitutionally we have to just take it through the process through to Cabinet. I had a comment from Councillor Clancy to say that of course, I will be concerned about, the duplication of efforts, etc., and the further delay. Helen, could you give an indication by how much the process has now been delayed? Where did the scheme stand prior to this document, and where is it now?
Prior to this document, we were looking to do adoption of the local plan in August, September 22, and now it's 4 months later with December 22. November, December. So overall, from the previous LDS, there's a 4-month delay approximately.
Right, so I'm going to open this up for discussion and questions now. Does anybody wish to ask any questions?
Councillor Dave Thomas has raised a question in the chat.
Okay, right, so yeah.
Would you like me to take that?
Yeah, take that, please, yeah.
So Councillor Thomas has asked, do we know when South Norfolk and Norwich City Council are making the same amendment? So as I said, the Greater Norwich Development Partnership cannot make that decision to amend the local development scheme. It then goes back to each authority to then agree that. So South Norfolk will also have to go through its Cabinet and Council process and be looking to do that in September. I haven't got the exact dates of when Norwich City Council will be doing that, but also I would think they will be taking it through their committee cycles in September. But all three districts have to agree a local development scheme in accordance with the local plan.
Thank you, Helen.
Are there any further questions?
No one's indicated.
No. Okay. In which case, I'm going to take members to the recommendation, which reads that the panel recommends to Cabinet to recommend to Council to adopt the amendments to the local development scheme in a nutshell. So could I actually, shall we, James, how do we have to do this? Does this have to be a roll call or a show of hands?
It could be a show of hands, but
show of hands.
entirely up to you.
Should we do a show of hands, members? Can you all wave? Oh no, because we don't have a show. We can't have a show of hands because we don't have. Oh, do we have Justine? We have Justine, so we can't have a show of hands then. Can we got all panel members on video, James?
Yes, as far as I can see, if you could all show your hands, please, if you're happy to agree the 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 of you, and you all agree.
Yep. Okay. In which case, the panel has resolved to support that, James. And can I just quickly, Helen, if you wouldn't mind just letting members know, because we had a chat earlier on today, just let members know what we're doing in terms of a briefing with the changes to the planning system, and could just quickly just sketch out what our intention is.
Yes.
Just sketch.
Yes, of course, Lana. So you'll recall or you'll be aware that we circulated the recent consultation on the planning for the future white paper, which we have until the 29th of October to comment on that consultation. There's also another significant consultation out at the moment, which was also circulated to all members, which was changes to the current planning system. And we have until the 1st of October to comment on that consultation. We appreciate there's an awful lot of information to absorb, but what we have agreed with Councillor Hempsel is that we would like to brief you all on the highlights of those papers, and we're hoping to do that this week for you, and a date will come out to invite all members to that briefing. And then we will be looking to come through the policy committees and cabinet to agree our responses to the consultation. So that will be later in September. But we are really keen that we get some highlights out to all members by the end of this week, with a briefing set up for you all via Zoom to give you some highlights of those documents.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That's exactly what I wanted, because I think all members need to know what's going on, even if it is just the headlines. But then our response to that, members will come through the place shaping panel in September to then be received by cabinet. So yes, just make sure you're all around in September to give your feedback and on what is going to be a significant change in the planning system, to say the very least. So if there isn't anything further, I think we are done with the business for this evening. Thank you very much for taking part in this very brief meeting, and I shall see you all next time. Thank you very much for attending.